Hey, how's everybody doing this morning? I think it's just still this morning. 11:05 is what I have. So what we're going to do is just give it a second or two to let Facebook do its thing, get a little announcements for everybody that is on the Team Purpose Pursuer page, everybody that is on my personal page, everybody that's on the Real University page. I just want to say, hey, good morning. And this is something that to get your motivation, but what we want to do is get some inspiration, because motivation comes from the outside, right? Inspiration is something that we start on the inside and then it comes out. So what we want to do is we want to start perfecting skills, okay? Because a lot of times we want to get to an end goal. We want to realize the real us, right? We want to do our own thing in our own lane, but we got to have certain skills in order to do that, okay? And so that's what we want to do today. And for everybody that doesn't know me, right, it's Michael Holmes, and I am the proud my econ associate and also one of the founders of the Real University. Simply stands for Renewing Excellence and Advancing Leadership. We have you help for any area of your purpose. Matter of fact, we call ourselves the Purpose Pursuers, okay? So what I want to do is always want to start off with just a simple testimony, because it's not all about me and the things that I've gone through and the things that I've done, but you want to see a couple things from other people, right? You want to see what they know and the testimonies that they have. So I'm going to share this testimony right after this.
I am in love with my econ because of the financial education and the strategies that we learned. We have been able to free so many people in our community to break the strongholds of debt. And the wealth strategies that I've learned has allowed me to cash flow over $97,000 from the comfort of my home. I've been able to take 70% of my commission check and invest it. So I have built my investment retirement account to over $386,000. And the credit repair education alone has allowed me to get into the 750 club. So if you are out there and you want to figure out a way to manage your money, learn how to make more money, learn how to multiply your money, my econ is the place to be.
All right, guys. So as you can see, Miss Williams, as we had many testimonies, but that's one of our many ladies of my econ that are sharing that testimony. And we have a lot of people that have the same type of testimony, because with my econ, the goal is to help you to know that you already have money that you can use to get yourself out of the grind, okay? So we want to do something to help you increase your cash flow. And also everything that we talk about, we want to make sure that you understand the context of what we're doing, okay? Me a couple of seconds here and give me a little drink or something, but so you can understand the context of where we're going. Okay, now context is this: whatever it is that you got going on, you want to get to your end goal, your end purpose, whatever that end goal may be, right? You have a certain purpose, a business, an idea, or a calling, right? There's two things that everybody's trying to do. There's four obstacles that are getting in everyone's way. And then we're going to talk about the top three things for everyone to do to get themselves into a better position, okay? And then what we do, and so you can understand the context of what we're doing with business credit, you'll see what is the area to start that in within your 243, okay? And the two things is your current lifestyle and your future lifestyle, right? You simply want, your clothing, shelter, car, the things that you need right now. And also you want to have something for later, right? You want to make sure you have assets so when you don't want to work or no longer have the job, right? Then you want to have something so that your assets are providing the cash for you. So your current and your future lifestyle. But there's four things that are getting in your way, huge obstacles, but there are hidden obstacles, okay? And those four things are, you got your income taxes, right? That's the largest bill that you have. And then you have inflation. That's a solid income killer. It goes up 4 to 6% every couple of years. And in comparison, the paychecks, they don't rise as high. Most investments don't rise as high as 4 to 6% every couple of years. Okay. So on the average, right? So then we have debt because the taxes are knocking out 30. So we have to get into debt, right? Because we want a better current lifestyle. So the 30% that's missing, we go get debt so we can get the house, the car, those things, right? Okay. And then the fourth thing is big business, making commercialism or consumerism, making your wants feel like needs, right? So that's just, and if you want more, you can always visit www.purposepursuer.com to get a breakdown, a full breakdown of the 243 presentation, okay? Or you can definitely see the one of the CEO that we have at My Econ does a presentation that is awesome. It's www.incomeshifting.com, okay? So what we want to do now is start with the business credit so that you can have the skills once you have the things in place, okay? Because the biggest thing that we want to do is that make sure that you have an understanding of where you're going, okay? Because when we are going forward with business credit, a lot of the teachings that I'm doing are in the different levels, okay? Because we have three solutions. Those three solutions are cash flow management, then we have business income, then we have investment income, okay? So we do these things in stacks, right? And how we know where we are, we have a personalized cash flow plan. And that's just for you, for your numbers, when you want to retire, how you want to retire, using the money that you have now already money, okay? So we can definitely show you how to wrap that up, okay? So now what we're going to do is we want to jump into business credit for startups. Okay. What does that look like? Right. What is that for individuals that are beginning their job? I mean, excuse me, or exiting their jobs maybe, so they can have some business credit to fall back on. Okay. So let me share that screen with you. All right. And I hope everybody's having a great time, a great day. What is it, Tuesday? Every day seems like Friday. Let's see. All right, now we're talking about business credit for startups, okay? So when we're looking at business credit for startups, the goal is to make sure that you have an understanding of what to do, when to do, how to do, and what you need, okay? So when you are beginning, what you want to understand is that you have a family, number one, right? Outside of this training, right? We have further training to get you a better understanding. But you also have a family when you actually exercise or implement the business credit with us. I'm a proud associate of My Econ and a founder of the R.E.A.L University. Okay. And the R.E.A.L just simply stands for Renewing Excellence and Advancing Leadership. Now, a couple of things to dive right on in, okay? Now, the credit game, or so the business credit, is to help you to transition from never having to use your social security number going forward to do business, okay? Remember, we're always talking about shifting our income, okay? So we want to make sure that we shift everything. This is credit in the business name and not in the owner's name, okay? Personal credit wouldn't matter, right? It's all based upon the company's ability to pay what the credit provider has already put in front of you, okay? Now, when you do that, it gives you a lot of opportunities. See, you can use your business credit to fund your business. You can use business credit to go for specific loans. You can get high limit accounts a lot quicker because you can have great credit, 750 Club and everything, and you go inside, and if you don't have the business backing you, you go inside, you are where you could have gotten a 15 or $30,000 line. Now, because you are personally represented, you only can get a $5,000 line. Okay. So what we want to do is always make sure that we understand that portion of what we need to do when we need to do those things. Okay. Now, our biggest goal is to make sure that our lines of separation are in place. Okay, remember to be in a place to where, just say for instance, it's a lot of litigation going on, a lot of suing going on. Okay, if you have your business credit in place, then you can be protected if that happens to happen to you. Okay, you have a, what we teach is a way to pierce the corporate veil. Okay, show you what that means and how to protect yourself. Okay. And remember, anyone can pull your credit report, okay? Your business credit. If you've had business for a period of time, right? And that period of time is basically 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, it really doesn't matter because a lot of people say, I got business credit because they've been in business. Realize that there are individuals that can take your business credit, even though you may not have known that you have any out there. Okay. Just like a personal business, a personal credit rather, can be stolen, business credit can be too. So always be able to check your business credit. And I can let you know how to do that as well. Okay. When you have business credit, some of the benefits are you don't need a personal guarantee when you build it up. Okay, you can actually get your credit to a place to where you can walk in and actually sign for itself. It represents itself. Okay, so it definitely doesn't put an inquiry on your personal credit. Now there is a couple of ways to do that when you're first starting out, right? When you're first starting out, you will have an inquiry on your personal credit. Okay, I want you to make sure there's an understanding here, because before your business credit is built, you have to use your personal credit as a guarantor. Okay, now if you don't want to do that, we're going to show you a way not to use a personal guarantor, but this way takes 5 to 6 months, okay? Because you have to build a business credit profile, okay? As you build a business credit profile, then you'll be in a place where you don't need a personal guarantee, okay? I want to make sure that we have the proper disclaimer out there for everyone, right? So, therefore, getting your business credit won't adversely affect your personal credit scores. Building good business credit can help you get loans later, okay? And what we teach is how to present or have several entities being built a long time, okay? So not just have, your own individual credit, I mean, your own individual business and building that up, but every quarter we start another business, okay? That business doesn't have to be doing anything but being prepared, okay? So I'll show you and talk to you more about that if you think about enrolling in the Real University and with my econ, okay? Now, your startup must be legitimate to the lender, okay? And there's ways to structure you to make sure that you are legitimate, because you want to be able to be seen from their end, okay? So that means you have to have all of your areas congruent. Your website needs to have the same type of name, all right? You need to have a website. Facebook page that's getting more and more serious. You need to be able to be found in Google. Okay. So those types of things you definitely need to know. Okay. And you can read the screen to see the other areas. Now, what you want to know is make sure that it's not a hobby and they know you're serious about it, right? They want to know that it's something that you're going to be, has some longevity. You're having a business plan, a mission statement, goals. They want to see that. They say, okay, hey, this person has a 2, 3, 5 year plan. Okay. So even though a startup has very little history, and that can make some lenders nervous, okay? What would make it seem more legitimate is how you build it up, okay? So there are ways to demonstrate your legitimacy, okay? Now, you want to start with your number, an 800 toll-free number, or other standard toll-free codes, 877. I think there's 888, some of those other things. You can do it with a virtual phone number, but eventually it'd be good to get yourself a regular line. We can show you how to do that as well, but you can definitely start with a virtual phone number. Okay, because a personal phone number that's attached may get you flagged as a unestablished entity. Remember, we were saying you got to have everything congruent. So if you have a personal number and the personal number is also connected to other things, or your personal credit, those types of things, it's not separate. That you could be looked at as not serious. Okay. Now, a 411 listing helps you with legitimacy. Okay. And you can use services like listyourself.net to help you get yourself in place. Okay. And you can always look at your record by going to 411.com. Okay, to see if there's something already listed out there about your business, or maybe it's a business that has a very similar name and it's something that you want to be prepared. Okay, something you want to know about ahead of time. Okay, just in case there may be some stuff out there that is connected to that name that you now seem similar to. Okay, so we always have those things in line, and once again, we teach these things within our university. Okay. Now, when we're building your business legitimacy, right, a professional website is key. Okay, you want to make sure that it's up. Remember, you want to, even if it has a coming soon page and you have the right domain up there. Okay, so maybe you don't have the person ready to do everything to put your site together. Right. So what you can do is you just simply get a coming soon page. Okay, that will help everything out. Now, these are a couple of places that you can use, and you can write down notes if you like, to make sure that you can use some professionalism if you have the income, okay, already to set up something like a professional website. You got templatemonster.com, and you have Upwork, okay? And they have been found to get your site up pretty cheaply and pretty fast, okay? So eventually, like we said, you can get somebody to design your site, but you can start with just the basics, right? And this is what I do. I usually get my services from HostGator to actually host, my site, and GoDaddy is where I purchase my domain. Okay, and so we can definitely know more about that. But like I say, it's about the context of getting you to where you want to be. Okay, so it's not just saying, hey, I think I need this business credit without knowing what is your personalized cash flow plan. Okay, what is your financial blueprint look like? Okay, do you have a cash flow strategy? Right, so you got to have these things in place in order for you to be successful in the business that you're undertaking. Okay, even if that business is being a successful homemaker. Okay, no matter male or female, I'm not saying one or the other. I'm saying a successful homemaker. It's a hard job, right? But if you have it to where it's budgeted, to where you can invest properly, to where you have a personalized cash flow plan, then you can operate from home. Okay, and so we can definitely teach you more about that. But as always, it takes discipline, understanding, and perfecting your skills. Now, when you get your hosting together, like your hosting, that's over with the HostGator. That's what we use, okay? A lot of people use your Yahoo or Hotmail or Gmail. That's fine for doing, general things. But when you start putting your business information out there, you want to have something like Michael Holmes at purposepursuer.com, okay? As you see here, when you do get your site, make sure you use something professional. Don't want to put something like, Cutie 73. You want to make sure you're being taken serious no matter what, okay? So while we're doing this and getting everything together, first thing to do is grab your EIN. There are people that would charge you for this. We would show you how to get this done for free, and it takes you about 5 or 6 minutes to get that done. You would be amazed at the things you could do when you know the right individuals to talk to. Okay. According to your business, you need to decide on which entity you want. We always use the LLC, but there's reasons to use a C corp, and there's reasons to use an S corp. Okay, and we'll talk about that, about whether it passed through, how many employees. So there's a reasons to do that, but generally most of us can go with using an LLC, a limited liability company. Okay, now this is your first step in making sure that you're establishing business credit instead of worrying about your personal credit. Okay, because remember, that's where we headed to. We want to make sure that we're shifting everything. We've talked about income shifting, and now we want to make sure that we talk about shifting our credit responsibilities. Okay. Now, what you want to do is, a lot of people stop right there. Okay, I know, Michael, how to get my EIN. I've heard about the LLCs, but still some people don't even have that to where it's registered with the state. Okay, because just getting your EIN doesn't mean that you're set up. You have to get registered with your particular state. And you register by getting the information from your EIN letter, and then you're going to get your operating agreement, and then you're going to get a couple other documents that you need to set yourself up to make sure that you can be registered with your particular state. And at that time, you then need to obtain your DUNS number, which is just your number from your Dun and Bradstreet. Okay. So when that happens, now once again, if you don't know how to do this, this can be charged. People charge anywhere from up to $1,500 to do this. Okay, but once again, we can show you by using the people, professors already around in our university. We can show you how to get this done for free. Okay, no additional charge. And remember, there is no building business credit without this. Now, new, you have Experian Business, Equifax Business, but most still are looking at the Dun and Bradstreet. It's like a combination of them. And if you're familiar with personal credit, it's just like your Equifax, TransUnion, and your Experian. Okay, you have Dun and Bradstreet, you have Experian Business, and you have also regular business, which is TransUnion Business. Okay, now when you have good consumer credit score, okay, now what happens is you will probably tap into that. Remember when we were talking about this in the beginning? You'll probably use your consumer credit at the very beginning. So we're just simply talking about paying the bills on time, right? As fully as possible, keep bankruptcies and other negatives off. And if something does happen, use the steps necessary to get those removed, the irregular credit or the negative things that can be removed, okay? So good consumer credit opens up more credit opportunities. And now you can develop what we call vendor credit or trade credit, okay? Trade lines are when you get a 30-day to actually pay for something. They call them net 15s, or this one, what you see on your screen, is called a net 30, okay? So they have different ones, net 45s, I've seen net 60s, okay? What this does is it allows the business to give them a credit start. So the business obtains one of these trade lines, and they have 30 days to make the payment back. It's maybe in full or whatever that payment is. You make a better score if you do your net 30s in net 20. Okay, if you have a net 15, pay it in 10. Okay, so that helps you to get you a paydex score, which is your Dun and Bradstreet score. Okay, as it says here, you need to have your trade lines report to the credit reporting agencies. But even a trade line which does not report may be helpful for a trade reference. Okay, so there's different things: trade lines, trade references. Okay, and that's actually, once you do this, all you have to do is have several net 30s, net 45s, net 60s, whatever that may be. And then what happens is your score starts to accumulate. Okay, So now you just keep everything good, no late or incomplete payments. Don't bite off more than necessary. Try to use the things that you're going to be using within your business when you're borrowing, right? So that you can use them to further, your purpose. Okay. Now, if a startup can show legitimacy, it helps the lender feel comfortable about lending. Okay, so that just simply means you're showing your congruency. You're showing that you are in place. You are worthy of them looking at your profile and actually helping you. Okay, so your business building business credit is a process. Remember, we were always talking about frameworks. We were talking about how things are accomplished. Okay, we work things a 2-4-3 strategy to help people understand. We also have a 3-6-9 strategy so you can understand. So it's all about the system and the process that you have. Okay, your startup is your dream. That's your purpose. That's your passion. Okay, so the thing is, how do you do it? It's great to have that idea and say, hey, this is awesome, and then you have a few people start to purchase or what have you, but then there's no process. There's no systematic approach. Listen, 9 times out of 10 businesses fail, and I'm sure all of them thought it was a great idea. Now, what we want to do is make sure that you understand the ins and outs about this, okay? And like I said before, I'm a proud associate of MyEcon Personal Financial Success Company, and we help you with the personalized cash flow plan, okay? So then you can know when to use business credit. Okay, so right now you want to prepare to have business credit and then have the knowledge of financial education to know when to use your business credit, and that Real University will help you in that matter. Okay, so once again, guys, I definitely thank you for tuning in and being around what we're doing. You're going to see a big change. You can already, it depends on when you're listening to this. If you're listening to this not live right now, then we're going through that pandemic, okay? And while you're going through, this particular situation, the biggest thing is to stay something that is stable, okay? And what that is having a system. It's having a certain process of how you're going to do what you're going to do. And like we were saying before, make sure before you start this journey that you grab a hold of your PCP, your own personalized cash flow plan that could help you with anything and everything that you want to do. How would it feel to be able to have no debt? And then know what to do with the extra money that you have, right? Not just going and having buying more, as they say, more trash with the cash. But when we do something, it's called cash asset cash. Okay. So your thing is you got to understand how to overcome the 4 lifestyle drainers. You got to overcome those hurdles. Okay. So business credit is good. It's good to know skills, but you got to know when. And what we do at the university with MyEcon, we help you with a proven system that can help you go through. So it's not about any one individual. It's not about anyone that can do something other than what you can do. It's about a group of us all doing the same thing, and we are all gaining success in our own purposes. Okay. So, guys, once again, I really appreciate you always tuning in and being around. If there's ever anything that I can do, you can always reach out and text us at 805-387-3639 and help you with your personalized cash flow plan. Help you then to get yourself into the business credit so that you can know how to get yourself shifted from personal credit to business credit. Y'all have a good one. Peace.